Oh, it's quite the Tuesday. I'm turning down the air conditioning in the hope that people can hear me. It doesn't want to go down. I'm here with my my co-pilot, aren't I? I haven't turned the air conditioning down. This is not going to work very well. It's very noisy. But oh my goodness, it has been absolutely, totally and utterly disgusting today. And it has been up near enough at the hundreds. And this is not my car says it's 97 right now. And I believe the car, and I think I might have a little sulk, because quite frankly this is just not my weather. It started to thunder, which means there's lightning, and I had to go and get all the sheep in from the very back paddock, and they weren't playing the game. So we had a game of tag, a very slow game of tag, because you can't actually ask them to run because it is so blinking hot and you don't want to stress them. So I have played a very nice game of walk this way, thank you very much. And they're like, maybe. And then they didn't. And then they went, oh, so they're all back up. They don't get left in the far back paddock overnight because we have coyotes. So they have to come up into the front two paddocks every day. And yeah, so mission accomplished. Boone has been fed, and I am now just coming over to see the quarantine. So I wondered if you wanted to come and visit with the quarantines. Now this is the first time I've actually been in the quarantine paddock today. I did come this morning and I checked the water over the fence, and they had more than enough water, which was super. And I come and visit with them in the evening when I muck them out, and I check them over and I feed them. So that's what I'm headed to do, and you're very welcome to come along and join me. Please remember, I have not been in there today, so it's not mucked out, and it is al fresco. Okay, so this is just keeping it real. Now in this paddock I have a Molly mule, which means I have a female mule. She's a horse mule. Miss Momo, she was a draft mule, so she was a very, very large mule. This is a much smaller mule, but not nearly as small as Enzo Ferrari, who is a mini mule and quite fantastic. So she is a horse mule, and the vet thinks she's coming up for about 30. So you can come in and have a look at her. She came in very unwell. They're both terribly underweight, and there's nothing you can do about it, but that's why they're here. I also have a mini horse, and his name is Alfie, and Alfie is very sweet and very cuddly, but since I've been sticking a thermometer up his bottom twice a day, he's now not very fond of me, unfortunately. He's very nice to everybody else, but when he sees me coming, he gives me a side swerve, and I really don't blame him. So he's in here too, and you'll see him. He just gives me the side eye and goes, "Leave my backside alone, you odd woman." And you know what? I kind of agree with him. But so we'll go and we'll pop the boot open, or the trunk as one says in this country, and we'll leave Tootsie Bella here. You're going to stay, protect the car, darling? She's exhausted. She's had a hard day too. Annie, are you going to stay in the car? I put the air conditioning on full blast for you. I have to remember, I turn the air conditioning up for her, but I must remember to take the keys out of the car, because if I leave them in the car, she locks them in the car, and then I get the dog stuck in the car with the air conditioning going, and I'm the one that's stuck outside. So, and having done that once, I'm not doing it again, because that was quite horrific. So I am going to turn up her air conditioning, and then we'll go wander and get the food. Right, you going to be comfortable? No driving anywhere? Have I put the handbrake on? Handbrake is on. Dog might stay in the car, which would be absolutely super duper. Oh my gosh, it's so hot out here, and it's really windy. But honest to goodness, it's like a hairdryer. It's disgusting. So take the chain off the gates. Do a wee water check. Water's looking good. Oh, so hot. Right. I'll turn this round so you can all see where we're going, so you don't have to look at my hot, sweaty face. Just got to get the right thing here. So look, here's dinner. Lots of tasty stuff. We carry their water separately. We have, this is actually quite handy because I keep this all in the car. I have their, this is my kit. Got the hypochlorous. I've got my bleach. And, oh, somebody's had a very tasty drink. And this is actually, this big bucket here is actually my foot bath. So it all lives in the car. It doesn't come out until I have finished with my quarantine. So let's go. Don't know if you can see how windy it is, but I've got my wee quarantine sign on here. It says, this barn is following livestock quarantine procedures. Please do not touch or feed anyone in this area until further notice. Thank you. That includes me. In fact, it is blowing quite something at the moment. Look at this. Right. Oh, I've just locked myself back out. Oopsie. Oh, they're both in the... I'll be making everybody seasick, sorry. They're both in the run-in, which is super. Oh, you know, I always think a nice breeze sort of like just takes the edge off the heat, but not this breeze. Hey guys! Hello? Oh, hello, darling. Hello, beautiful girl. How are you? Are you coming to say hello? Come on, my love. Oh, it's raining. She is the loveliest girl. She's like, you're the loveliest bringer of food. Ah, that's what we needed. Touch of rain. Oof. Right, where's my boy? Here's my boy here. So you can see the state he's in. He's blown his coat. And very often when they blow their coat, it's because they've had infection or a virus or something, and it just all of a sudden sheds. So I didn't know whether or not it was just, he's obviously been very hairy. I take this out with a comb every night. I know, darling. And I wasn't sure whether or not he was maybe Cushing's, which is a metabolic problem. And I think, see, he looks at me and he goes, not her again. But I think he's maybe just not been very well and has blown his coat, and it will come back in quite nicely. So that is very good. Want a wee ball over here? See? He looks at me and he's like, I'm out of here. She's back again, that weird woman. Right, so that's us with our... I'm sorry I did be shoving this round about all over the place. Now, he has very few teeth, so this concoction of chopped hay and other soaked pellets, etc., and minerals and vitamins is really probably what he'll eat, because he can take a certain amount of grass. He can't eat hay. The hay falls back out of his mouth, and it tends to suggest that he's probably got a problem with his teeth. But because he's in quarantine, the vet will do certain services, but he will not come and open his mouth, etc., etc. We'll do that once he's cleared quarantine and take a look and see what's happening with him. His feet are actually not in particularly awful condition, which is nice, but I don't know if I can get in here. He has got the most beautiful blue eyes. Alfie. Alfie. He's like, nope, nom, nom, nom. Beautiful blue eyes and white eyelashes, just like Elvis. So he's a little sweetheart, and he's in his 20s. So they're both older clients, and they have done exceptionally well over here, and the vet's very pleased with them. So that's super. This girl is an absolute sweetheart. You call her and she comes running up the paddock, even if you don't have food. And she's just such a sweetie. It's difficult to get her eyes, but she's got such kind eyes. Don't you? And I've got carpenter bees eating the barn, as one does. So this is where they live. This is where Equine Rescue and latterly Goldy's has done a lot of quarantine. We also have quarantined for other 501c3 rescues. So this is where everybody has kind of lived. And you can see the size of the paddock. It's enormous. So we have been exceptionally fortunate to be able to utilise this. So I am going to have a lookie at the questions, I think, I hope, if I've managed it. You know me and technology. Oh my goodness. You know, it is exceptionally windy and it has just turned a bit cooler there. Don't know where that came from. That's quite nice. And I think everybody will appreciate that. Yes, Carla, I am absolutely roasting. And I can imagine that North Carolina is also hot. You know, I shouldn't have sunburn. I promise I put my sunscreen on. I think I'm maybe just hot, hopefully. Can't be bothered with sunburn. Oh. Now, Rocco will go home to his new home once the trailer tyres have been replaced. So, not our trailer, but his owner's trailer. So, that'll be soon. Nick, thank you very much. That's Pat. He is on an airplane at the moment going to California. So, hopefully it's not as hot there. Let's see. Ha! Very funny, Nicholas. We'd be putting the naughty step. Oh dear. Yeah, Annie, honestly, she is really totally and utterly struggling in this heat. It's such a shame. We don't have Equine Rescue Network any longer. So I think Equine Rescue is based out of Wisconsin now. So so there's nothing on Goldy's from Equine Rescue or anywhere else. So no, they don't. Annie is a very pretty girl. I don't think she realises it, but she is. Arlo is fine. He's just got a few sort of like nibbles. And you'll be glad to hear that Noodles is fine. Although I don't know why Noodles thinks he's got any point in why there's any point in him getting involved in a fight, because quite frankly, I think it was actually him that nipped. We looked at the video. We think it might have been him that nipped at Larky, but you never can tell. Yes, this is the thunderstorm that I'm getting today. I came down to the barn to do evening chores, and then I started getting lightning alerts on my phone. I was like, uh-oh, better get my sheep moving sooner rather than later. And I was in the paddock, and there was a big rumble of thunder. And now I'm over in this paddock, because I finished over there. And what have I got? I've got rain. Oh, and there's supposed to be thunder tomorrow as well. Excellent. Maybe that'll cool it down. And then it's going back down to 67, which is good. You know, I spend my whole winter saying, I should remember how cold it is when I'm in the deepest, darkest summer, and I'm complaining and being terrible about the heat and the humidity and just how miserable it is. And quite frankly, it's just not coming to me at the moment. That recollection has gone. I'm still going through these, and if you've got any questions, you can just pop up. The rain has actually arrived. We have a metal roof here, so you can hear it making percussion noises up there. Wanda is definitely not here, because quite frankly, she'll be causing trouble back on the other farm. Kate's got another week or two, I think, on Meredith, and then she's moving off. Oh, okay, we're all fine. All that rain coming in. How hot is it now? I couldn't tell you, but it was 97 when I left the car. It still feels pretty warm, but I don't know whether or not the rain has maybe cooled the breeze down a little bit, but it's actually far cooler than it's been all day, which has been lovely. Ooh, Sacramento is 86, so that's maybe why he sauntered off to California, because it's obviously cooler. Yeah, Noodles is actually a little monkey when he gets going. No, Arlo's not the first one actually to get involved in the fight. He's a bit of a fearty, as we would say in Scotland. Ow, get off my foot. Thank you. Oof, goodness. Well, I don't know. I suppose it's like some dogs get very scared of thunder and lightning. I've never really seen them that bothered, but then maybe never had horses or donkeys in that are affected by thunder and lightning. That's a good question. No, not that I'm aware of. Oh, you're flying to San Francisco and then to San Jose. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, Nick. Yes, great communication. Thank you. Oh dear. It is as hot as Florida, although we're not very humid. It's just hot at the moment. I'm not 100% sure where Kate's going. I think I'd have to check that with her. But if I know, we'll let you know. Is it not even that hot down in Florida? Yes, that is Goldy's hay. So that hay will all be transported back and forward for the animals on Goldy's. And as you can see, we have paddocks. So these animals here, that's 2 bales of hay. And they've been in here for 3 weeks. And that's still 2 bales of hay. Really, because they've got it on the floor and all over the place. I buy second cut, so there's second cut in here as well. And they've only eaten one of those bags, and it's purely because they have this grazing. So that's why we're so fortunate in that the animals here will just sit and munch away in the grass, and that. As long as the grass is growing, that's what they're eating. And as I think I had probably harped on about before, the grass, the hay is only 20% of the nutrients. As the grass is 100%, and then when it's made into hay, it's only got 20% of the nutrients that it's as it's stored and etc. So that's why we like them on the pasture here. It's cheaper. And it's healthier for them, so we're very, very fortunate. Oh, now he's telling me where he's staying. Well, seriously. Well, see, and this is a problem because the only thing that I've really got to talk about is horses and donkeys and mules and what I'm doing with pastures. So if you're interested, you're very welcome to come join me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm not sure if it gets a bit repetitive, but that's all I've got, I'm afraid. And dogs. Oh, Harley is super. You know, Harley's a funny donkey. She's always been a bit of a single Pringle, and I would suggest that what she has... I'll turn this round for a minute. I would suggest that what she has appreciated, and one of the reasons she thrives on here, is because there's very little competition. She's got Hedwig, and Hedwig does whatever Harley says. There's absolutely no nonsense. He doesn't put up any resistance, and it's how she likes it. So she's in a paddock. It's an enormous paddock. She has a donkey companion, she has 2 alpacas and 2 goats. and she's in charge, and Harley likes being in charge, and she just does her own thing. She's super. So I don't think we've ever actually managed to get her a consistent donkey companion, and it's the most peculiar thing because she's taken to Hedwig just fine, probably because he's very submissive and she likes that. So she does very well with Hedwig, and she's happy and she's up to her usual tricks. In fact, Karen McGrath is going to come and make her do her Harley dance. So I should probably be here when she's there. So if she does the Harley dance with Karen, I'll be sure to video that for you, because that's very sweet to watch. Well, Tenny and Ted are Kate, so yes, they will be going wherever she goes. I think it's a similar sort of price up here for the gas. Yeah, it's a bit of an eye-opener. Yeah, see, that's a lot, isn't it? Means we should all be riding horses, you see. Yes, the sheep are scheduled to be sheared at the beginning of June. And given the fact that the temperature has gone back down to 67, and these are two rather random days, we have tried so hard to keep them on a schedule where we try and predict the weather, and I don't know why we even bother. So we've tried to do them in May, and then we got a really cold snap, and that was a disaster. And then we've tried to do them a bit later in June, and then we got a very hot June, and that was a mess. So there's no rhyme, no reason to it, and we also have to fit in with the shearer's schedule. Now, I had a very exciting conversation with Ashley, who owns this pair over here, and she's taking Rocco as well. She is learning how to sheep shear because her mother has a flock of sheep. And I said, really? And I said, we've only got 10. And she said, it's very, very hard on your body. And I'm like, right, okay. So maybe in an emergency, she would be able to help us out. Now, she'll not speak to me. She'll run away. She'll be like, uh-oh. Oh my gosh, that's a lot for a gallon. Right, we're all going to be on horseback, although I recommend mules. I think they're super. Now, oh gosh, California is bad for gas too. Oh, Hedwig is a little white donkey we have, and he came back to us because his companion animals died, and he's always been a bit of a handful, so he's here. And then it was very sad, actually. His owner, over the winter, she had an empty barn, and she said, I really miss having something in the barn. But we had set it up here so that Hedwig was Harley's companion. We were like, oh, do you want Hedwig back? She went, well, I'm going to need 2. And I said, would you be interested in mini horses? So she took Sterling and she took Wilbur, and she's the best mummy ever to these animals. So it's worked out really well. So we still have Hedwig here as a companion for our lovely Miss Harley Barley, and it's worked out really well, and those 2 boys are living the life of luxury. Seriously. So that worked out really well. It's nice all round. Oh, you'd love to see the Harley dance. Yes, it's really funny. Oh, Wisconsin's not bad, Fernanda. I think you're winning in the gas prices. Yes, Hilda. Oh, can you hear the thunder? I'm probably going to get electrocuted. All I want to do is stand on a wet puddle while I'm at it. Oh dear. Oh, in fact, it sounds like there's some real rumbly-dumbly thunder coming in. Quite a lot of rain now as well. Although Alfie's still eating. He's happy. So, I will be back on Tuesday with probably more of the same if you're interested, and maybe better temperatures, because it is supposed to be 67, and I love 67. 67 is probably my my preferred state of being. I would say. So I will be back on Thursday, and tomorrow it will be Janine, and what else is happening? I'm not sure what else is happening. I'm a bit out of sync at the moment. I'm trying to tidy. I've been trying to tidy for weeks, and I've gone for this. What is it? What's that when you get rid of all your stuff? Minimalistic living. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Nick's on here. Yes. I'm going for this minimalistic living, so I'm slowly but surely trying to sort things out so it's all tidied up. It's taken me forever. It's a very painful process. I don't know, and I know it's supposed to be lovely living in a very organised, minimalistic home, but honest to goodness, it's painful trying to get there. But we'll persevere and carry on. So I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I'll hopefully see you on Thursday. Thank you very much for joining me.